I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Norbertas Drazdauskas, the community lead of Spellfire. Norbert, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for taking the time.
I'm very happy to be here.
Likewise, glad to have you on. Let's jump straight into it. With Spellfire, your team has been working on an epic project that I've been following for a little while here. And before we get into the details, I would just love for you to explain in your words what Spellfire is all about and what are you guys bringing into the blockchain and the gaming community, and then we'll dive into the details.
Sure. Let's dive straight in. So Spellfire has a long history. It was actually first launched in 1994 by a completely different team. It was US-based. The game was then abandoned by its owners at the end of the 90s, and it was not supported for almost 20 years. And long story short, the current CEO, played the game in his youth, and he really liked the game. He participated in many tournaments, and well, as a businessman, he started wondering, well, what happened to Spellfire? And turns out the rights were available to purchase. He went ahead and purchased the rights and gave Spellfire the second life it so very much deserves.
Very, very cool. And it's completely different now with the emergence of technology, especially with DeFi, NFTs, all of the international transactions and globalization of the game now with the help of the internet. Maybe
Exactly.
talk a little bit about how it's been reinvented and where it's at now.
So basically, Spellfire remastered the magic, picks up where the original left off by incorporating modern gameplay technologies like blockchain, augmented reality, NFTs, and play-to-earn features. The introduction of these elements really mean that our players will have a highly immersive experience while being able to own a part of the game that they love, and they can profit from its success.
Amazing. And maybe you can give a little snapshot for people that aren't familiar with the original Spellfire and what the game is sort of actually about. Maybe you have any background or lore on, what do you do when you play Spellfire?
Exactly. So Spellfire is a player versus player card collectible game. Players build their decks, which consist of many different variations. Basically, there are decks, there are booster packs, and players build these decks to fight against each other. The point of the game is to build enough realms to win. Once in the standard version, once you build 6 realms, you win the game. And well, your opponent must not let you do that, while you are not letting your opponent do that as well, basically. So the game is fought with various champions, spells, abilities. It's really quite similar to a fantasy world. For example, of World of Warcraft, there are various classes, various, for example, psionicists, thieves, magicians, things like that really make the whole experience very immersive and very fun to play.
Very cool. I like it. And how long in this new iteration with blockchain and NFTs, how long has your team now been working on the platform?
So trademark re-registering took place about 3 years ago, and that's when the development really started on the game. That's when, as you can imagine, every single card is different. Every rule must be polished. So that was basically the main focus for the first few years, just to really get the game up from the ground and to reinvent the whole idea of Spellfire. And then the blockchain aspects really started taking off last year. So maybe from the middle of last year, the team was fully focused in getting the digital game started, being developed, in getting the token ready, in getting the NFTs ready. We launched the NFTs just last year in October. The current NFTs for sale are actually the revenue-generating NFTs that are an investment for the longevity of the game. Basically, they earned you revenue from other players playing the game and using those cards.
Oh. Wow, very cool. And yeah, I was going to ask about that. In terms of the cards, are all of the different types of cards, whether it's heroes, items, those all NFTs? And then, yeah, let's just start with that.
So there are 3 types of cards in Spellfire. There can be non-NFT cards, there can be NFT cards, and then there are original NFT cards. So original NFT cards are the most limited cards in Spellfire. They're the most rare and the most valuable. And they generate revenue from the sales of playing NFT cards. So as you can imagine, when you open a booster pack, let's say, you get a bunch of cards. And in Spellfire, they can be physical and digital. So you'll be able to do this both online and at your home if you just have the booster pack in your hands.
Wow.
Those cards are linked together. The physical cards are linked by a QR code to the digital world, and those cards can be upgraded to NFTs. And basically, the owner of the original card, let's say you have the Suingu card, right? You have the original NFT card of Suingu, which is just a character. It's a magician, and it represents our CEO, actually. So it's a pretty cool card to have. Basically, when players open booster packs and find Suingu cards in those booster packs, when they upgrade them to NFTs, the owner of the original earns 90% of the transaction. So it's actually quite a substantial part of what people earn. Since it's a community game, we really wanted to give back to the community. So that means that those NFT cards, those funds aren't just going to the developers' pockets. Those funds are actually shared between the community, and that is the way that the community can actually earn from the success of Spellfire.
Wow, that's super cool. And I like the physical digital merge. This fidgetal, what they're calling it, like a merging.
Exactly. Exactly.
Digital. It's pretty cool to be able to hold something, especially because so many people that aren't really in cryptocurrency yet, or they've been gaming but not cryptocurrency, they just see it as all digital, and you can't really hold it in your hand as a tangible thing. So I really do appreciate that with Spellfire. And with these NFTs, I'm curious, are you able to buy them in any cryptocurrency or any marketplace, or how does that work in terms of transferring and trading the cards?
So currently they're available on OpenSea, which was just a temporary solution for us to get the NFT sales off the ground, basically. But we're making our own dedicated marketplace, which will be released, well, actually in the very near future, hopefully in the next few years. I mean, weeks, not years, of course, which will really help the process for us of actually making the NFTs available to the public, because we are planning to add more purchase options. Currently, the only way to purchase them is to have wrapped Ethereum, which is Ethereum on Polygon, which really lowers the fees of the transactions. And yeah, the cards can be traded. If you purchase a card, you can instantly sell it for a higher price if you desire so. Wow. They're just able to be traded on OpenSea, and later on they'll be able to be traded on our marketplace.
Very cool, Norbert. Thanks for that. And I was looking into, in the game, there's also like a Spellfire fungible token, like a cryptocurrency that's involved in the platform. Is that used for purchasing NFTs, or what's the main functionality of the Spellfire token? Yeah,
so that's the plan. It will also be possible to purchase NFTs with the Spellfire token, but the Spellfire token is basically the main utility token of the game. So that meaning it will be used for card upgrades. And like I just said, once someone upgrades a card, 90% of the transaction goes to the original owner. So that's going to be in Spellfire tokens. There's actually two currencies, which is going to be gold, which is an in-game currency. It's not minted on any blockchain. And then there's Spellfire, which is the cryptocurrency, and basically it's done this way so that people who do not even have an interest in cryptocurrencies can still enjoy Spellfire, can still play the game, and can still love the experience we're offering.
Very cool. I like that. And I also saw that, I'm not sure how integrated it is into the game, but there is DeFi and interest and LP staking, things like that. Maybe you can talk about how that is being incorporated into the token and into the Spellfire ecosystem.
Exactly. So we've recently launched our token. It's been about 2 weeks, I believe, a little bit over 2 weeks, and we've already implemented quite a few staking solutions. For example, just today, we've made the Spellfire LP farm staking available on tokensfarm.com. It's on BSC. There are also ERC network staking solutions on Huobi. Spellfire Token is listed on Huobi, on Gate.io, on MeXC. It's also available on PancakeSwap, Uniswap. So yeah, we're really focused on decentralized finance, and we're really trying to make the game as incorporated into those systems as possible.
That's incredible. And I know your team's constantly working on the development continually right now. And you were mentioning before about how there's a new version, or the main net of it is coming out in the near future. Maybe you can talk about where you're at right now and where you're heading.
Sure. So currently we're focused on developing the digital version of Spellfire. The physical cards are almost done. They're ready for printing, packaging into decks and boosters. But we're really trying to focus on the alpha and beta versions of the digital game. It will actually be showcased really soon, even in our growth plan. Just a few days from now, we should be having some sneak peeks into the actual game, how it's going to look. So that's going to be really cool. That's going to be like a first look at the actual digital Spellfire game. And we're really just constantly trying to follow our development roadmap. We're making progress day by day. So it's really exciting what's going to be available in the very near future. And well, the full game release is planned to be somewhere at the end of this year. Maybe a few months before the end of this year, we'll see how it goes, but we're hoping to get the alpha and the beta versions to the community as soon as possible. Basically, that's going to take us just a few months to really get things sorted, and then people can start enjoying the fully digital Spellfire experience.
Amazing. And Norbert, looking forward, once, in a multi-year vision of Spellfire, once the mainnet is launched, at the end of this year, tentatively, as it always is, what do you see attracting gamers and crypto users to Spellfire, and to have them come back and make sure they're playing the game and there's not just a hype and then people sort of lose interest right away?
So Spellfire is cross-generational. We're making this game as accessible to everyone as possible. Players can be playing with physical cards 1 minute and then hop into a digital game on their tablet, or their phone, or their laptop the next minute. In the future, there may even be a possibility to put on a VR headset and see the world of Spellfire in virtual reality, making it appealing to younger and newer generations. We're actually planning to do some, well, it's still a secret, but we're planning to do an announcement. We're integrating with another metaverse game. So maybe you'll be able to hop into a different game and see a city of Spellfire and put on a VR headset and see the magic of Spellfire in virtual reality, So that's basically the whole point. The CCG concept is known for decades, and we're really trying to revolutionize the whole space by incorporating all of the generations and all of the realities together into one. Amazing.
Yeah, I know this style of card game has been very popular, and I think in reinventing it with NFTs and actual ownership and financial products where you can earn capital with your holdings is going to be revolutionary. So I am really actually excited personally to see the game come out later this year. For the viewers that are looking to follow along right now, get involved in the community, look at the NFTs, what's the best way to get involved in the Spellfire community?
So our social channels are at Spellfire CCG on Twitter and Telegram. And then for our Discord, which is our most active community, is discord.gg/Spellfire. We share all of our news there. Well, we obviously share them on all channels. We also have a Facebook and Instagram, a LinkedIn. We have pretty much every social channel there possibly is, so you really cannot miss it. Just type Spellfire into Google and you really cannot miss it. But at Spellfire CCG on Twitter, discord.gg/Spellfire, and hope to see you all there.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Norbert, for coming on to talk about Spellfire. All the best with the continued development of the game. I'm going to check out the NFTs.
Thank you so much.
And I appreciate you coming on, and let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you so much. Yep. Take care, guys. See you on the communities.